Good morning, everyone. So I'm recording this on Friday, the Friday that I'm out for the wrestling tournament. So just keep that in mind. So this week, pop art. What's that all about? What's the deal with this pop art, and when is it going to fade out? Well, the thing is with pop art is it's actually kind of a splash of really vivid colors. Okay. So this week, I'm going to do a band. So think of your favorite band and give them a pop art look, or it could also be your favorite show. It could be something. Your subject matter is pretty free reign. But I know some people are talking about, hey, can we do album covers again? And I was like, yeah. But also at the same point, I was like, you know what? Let's go for a mix of a few things. So it's new, and it's also not new. Okay. So one thing I'm going to do is right click, save image as. Ah, look, it's web filed. That's okay. So what I'm going to do is go into Photoshop. And the thing is remember, if it's web filed, you could copy and paste it, okay? So there's a lot of steps to do it the other way, but this is the quickest way in Photoshop. If you notice, I got some of my pet compositions still there. So I'm going to go open recent, clear recent file list, new file, 15 by 15, 72 resolutions, RGB color 8-bit white, don't color manage square. Create that, okay? Now remember, if anything is not right here, okay, go up to Windows. So you got to reset it. Now, the other thing too that's been happening is the tools. Somebody said last week the clone stamp wasn't there. If it doesn't look right, go to these three dots, okay, edit toolbar, restore default, done. So that'll bring it back up. Okay, so the very first thing I need to do is get my subject matter. So I'm going to go copy image, Control V. Ooh, good size. Control T. Just because pop art this week, it's kind of one of those where you kind of want to make the most of your canvas size. Okay, so there's this one. And remember, you have 4 days this week, okay? So enter. Looks good, right? Looks classy. So the very first thing you want to do is select subject, because assume that they're not on a white background, okay? So even as it is, it didn't quite get all in here, so that's all right. So I'm going to go to my magic wand tool, which is the fourth tool down, press shift and add that part to it. Okay. Well, actually, correction, I'm going to press alt to subtract this part, that part, that part. I'm just clicking shift. Okay. So I'm going to mask that. So if I don't have a background on, that's how it looks. So a couple things about this is, one, you need to give them an overall color. Now, there's a million ways to do it. You could do image of blah, blah, blah. Easiest way. Go down to this yin yang sign. Go to gradient map. Boom. I know. It just went from color to black and white. So here, remember, your darkest of darks are going to be here. Your lightest of lights are over there. So it's green days. So I'm going to do them in green. See? Now, remember, if you do that, I'm going to kind of bump this one forward here. Then right here, I could just put a little black. See? So I gave it some green, and you could play with it this way, Also up the black a little. Oopsie. That's the thing. When you click here, these little dots. See? Press OK. So that's one way to give them a splash of color, okay? So keep that in mind. The other thing you can do is, say you don't want to do that. Say you want just green behind them. So go to this one again, solid color, green. Okay, that's fine too. Now, the thing with pop art is pop art came about after World War II, when we wanted to do more artistic expression and things like that, okay? So with that comes, you need texture labs this week because of Grunge 265. Okay, so I'm going to keep you on this one. I'm actually going to give you this page. This is the halftone that is probably the best. I'm going to download my medium one. Look at that download. Look at that download. Haha, home Wi-Fi is better than school Wi-Fi. So I'm going to go here, and I'm going to go File, Open. I'm going to go to my downloads. There's my grunge, if you will. Notice I have two of them. Foolish Tony. But, so I'm going to press Control A, Control C, Control V. Control T, make it a little bit smaller. And it's okay if at first it's behind my band, that's fine. Just gonna make it a little bit bigger here. Then right click, distort, pull this point down. Okay, enter. I'm gonna put that above the guys. Now at first glance, you're like, wait a minute. I actually really screwed up, so let me just make that a little bit bigger. You're like, wait a minute, where's the guys? Okay, just keep in mind, I don't need properties on anymore. So keep it simple. Let's do a layer blend. Let's go up here, drop some down. Remember, this part here gets rid of white. Okay. Ooh, that's looking poppish. This part gets rid of black. Okay. This part kind of is a blend of both, so just be mindful of it, but go through and see which ones you like. They're your band or your subject matter. Okay. I'm actually going to do color burn because I kind of like how it looks on the guys. Okay. Now remember, on this one, I'm going to apply the layer mask because I want to give it a pop art look. I'm actually going to make 2 of the halftones. This one I'm just going to turn it off for now. This one, I'm going to play with a very specific filter. I'm going to go to Filter, Filter Gallery. I'm going to go to the artistic one, Poster's Edge. Okay, I'm going to set my edge thickness to 10, intensity to 0, posterization to 6. Press OK. All right, and at first glance, you're like, nothing happened. But something's happening. It actually is making them look better with that halftone on, okay? Now, with that, then I'm going to go Filter, Filter Gallery, Cutout. Now, this is where you get really interesting, okay? So if you notice, his eye's kind of gone, okay? So that's where it's kind of going to give it that pop look, all right? Put the halftone back on. This gives it that pop look, okay? Now, depending on how far you want to go with it, you could also do another one of these. Kind of go through here to give the background also a pop look. But it's your call. Me personally, I'm like, always go through all of them because, like, I'm always like, maybe you want to do this one. Like, it's total opposite of Green Day. But still, you never know. But I'm just going to do just a little multiply there. Okay. Now, the big thing about pop art is it needs to be bright. Okay. So right here, what I'm going to do actually is I'm pretty much set with this piece. Okay. So I'm going to go layer, flatten image. I'm going to unlock the layer. Okay. I'm going to make 4 of them. Now you could do that or press Control J 4 times. Control T. Remember, these are squares. So I'm going to actually go here. Okay. Then on this one, Control T. I'm going to go kind of here. Okay. Now with this one, if you notice I didn't get the squares perfect, that's okay. All right. Control T. Got them pretty close. Okay. Go right about there. This one, Control T. Should get down to right about there. Okay. Now this one, I'm going to start with the top one. I'm going to go Image Adjustments, Hue Saturation. Remember we played with that with shadows? So I'm going to change the color of this, kind of there. Okay. This one, Image Adjustments. I'm also going to give it a little bit more brightness, a bit more contrast. Image Adjustments, Hue Saturations. And play with them. See which ones you like. I kind of like the blue. There we go. This one, I'm going to go Image Adjustments, Hue Saturations. And boom. That's what I'm talking about. That's pop art. What's the deal with this pop life? Okay. So then what you could do is go File, Flatten Image, because you want all those layers flattened. Now remember too, if you do not like music, you could use sports heroes. You could do cartoons. Whatever you want. It's pop art this week, all right? Free yourself up. Have some fun with it, all right? Last little bit, go Save As. On your computer, go Desktop, put your name, and pop art. Boom. Okay. PNG, save. It's that simple, okay? We'll keep going through it. Remember, you have four days this week because it's a non-student day, but try to do one every day, and Thursday you'll have time to do a couple, okay? That's all I got, and hopefully you enjoyed this video.